Evolutionary Outlook on Life by Swami Ramanand. Chapter 7, Good. The higher nature of man is represented by goodness. It is constituted by truth, love, sympathy, service, etc. The roots of good lie in the higher emotions. Good comes to have meaning only when man grows self-conscious. Good, as also evil, has its beginning in the instinctive animal activity. The mother loves its offspring and makes sacrifice for its sake. The animals have a herd sense and fight for the safety of the herd. The spirit of love and sacrifice is there in the animal. Desire stimulates the higher nature of man, as also his lower nature. Human society is based upon the good in man. It somehow overbalances the evil, or else social structure will fall to pieces. Good and evil coexist in man in the earlier stages of his evolution. The very man who is so loving, kind and sacrificing for his wife and children may be a tyrant for his subordinates. One may be a good friend, but a bad enemy. With the advancement of evolution, both evil and good are stimulated. Man becomes at once more evil and more good, more unhappy as also more happy. Gradually, evil grows weaker. Good gains strength. A time comes when he is ready for the advent of wisdom. That eliminates evil. He grows beyond ego consciousness, beyond doership, and hence beyond both evil and good. Till good dominates in life, wisdom consciousness cannot appear. Wisdom extricates human conscious from both good and evil. In wisdom, man is balanced. Good has its part to play. It causes an expansion in consciousness. It brings ease and happiness. It develops a sense of oneness with others. It produces a clarity in head and heart. It dresses up where suffering wounds. It offsets evil and thus accelerates the speed of evolution. Good brings happiness. But should you covet it because it brings happiness? Those who do not know may do, but not you. The goal of the evolutionary process is not happiness. Why should you covet it? You cannot make the joy of goodness stay. It will bind you as does evil. They are chains, both. Evil is an iron chain, good a golden one. But chains are they both. You must rise above them. Be not attached to goodness. It will bind you down. Cultivate it because it helps the evolutionary process, not because the master of evolution wants it to be cultivated, that you may shine above your fellow beings. Cultivate it for the good of all. Let not good become a hindrance in your growth. If you get attached to it, it will. Good is not the goal of evolution. Understand it well. It has merely to prepare the way for wisdom. It must yield its place readily to it, recognizing in wisdom its superior. Lifelessness is not goodness. Incapacity does not denote goodness. It denotes inertia. Inertia means little growth. The good man who is capable of no evil, but is also incapable of good, is not yet ready for the higher step in evolution. He stands lower than the positively bad man. Goodness in so many is a result of fear. They fear the society. They fear the future. They fear God. Such goodness is no good from the evolutionary standpoint. Goodness based upon fear is much worse than evil. Evil is lying suppressed underneath it. The suppression in such cases kills life. It stagnates. Such cases cannot make any appreciable headway in evolution. The suppressions must go. The animal must come forth in some form and be exhausted. The head of life must be developed before the person can go ahead normally. Desire is at the root of evil, it is said. Few recognize the importance of desire in evolution. Religious and spiritual literatures contain tirades against desire. They would threaten people into virtue and renunciation. They have a very bad effect upon immature souls who are not yet ready for transcendence of desire. They grow old in the prime of their youth. Suppressions result and life begins to stagnate. It is so unfortunate. It is like plucking a half-grown apple. It will not ripen. It will simply rot. Be not impatient to transcend desire, neither in your own case, nor in the case of others. Goodness will come in time. Evil occasions give pain. Good occasions give pleasure. It is a self-evident truth. It is true for the individual as also the society. Evil produces a disbalance in the doer and the society. Good brings about a balance and causes an expansion by proper self-giving. It stabilizes the society. But modern mind fails to understand it. It thinks that it can gain by practicing evil. It is a delusion. A thief creates thieves by his act of stealing, and his stolen property would be stolen away someday. Upon untruth and selfishness, one cannot build lasting and happy relations with others. What you do unto others will rebound upon you in some form and at some time. You cannot escape your karma. Man suffers, but does not know that he is suffering for his own wrong deeds. He tries to set others right, instead of ordering his own house. Thereby, he creates further complexities. He wants to right his wrongs by doing more wrongs. He cannot fool the evolutionary forces. He gets his reward. He is ground in the very mill he sets to grind his fellow beings. Reaction of his karma overtakes him, and he groans under it. At last, one day, his eyes are opened. He sees his folly. He awakens to his blunders, repents, and mends his ways. It happens when his higher nature awakens. It is no fault of this that man cannot understand this self-evident truth today. It is the fault of his age. He needs more experience to open his eyes. The master of evolution will not be failing. He will, out of his loving grace, provide it, and the man will grow. Jai Shri Ram.